Maserati go speed race. Drop a baby on her face. More ice flexing this way. We put the world on the wave. Don't give up cause I'm paid. More act in a lemonade. Pharmacy knowing my name. Up there because she bougie.
I don't think he knew. You can go whenever you want when he gets out there.
At this time, would you please rise, take off your hats, and place our nation's flag for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Madison Marsh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bulldog Arena. Tonight, a 7A West Conference showdown between the Rogers Heritage War Eagles and your very own Fayetteville Bulldogs. And now, the starting lineup first for the visitors from Rogers Heritage. A 5'9" senior, number 11, Ty Olson. A 6'2" senior, number 14, Bryce Breedlove. A 6'1" senior, number 22, Peak Dawson. A 6'2" sophomore, number 33, Jason Kimball. And a 6'5" senior, number 34, Seth Stanley. The head coach for Rogers Heritage is Tom Olson.
Money in the pile. Yeah. Once you get a little, they just wanna take you down, cuz. I got the money in the pile. Yeah. Once you get a little, they just wanna take you down, cuz. We've been going hard for too long. Can't get enough, what is you on? Really ain't nothing, I could drop that. Wake up in the morning, make it all okay. It's nothing, nothing to get it poppin', wanna roll. Roll up and away, here we go. Now Martin had a dream, I've been dreaming about gold. Tell him I just wanna shine and I gotta let it shine. We've been going hard for too long. We've been going hard for
the starting lineup for your Fayetteville Bulldogs. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 14, Colin Cooper. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 11, Frank Morgan. Starting at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 5, Darius Bowers. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Quinn Shock. And starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 2, John Conley. The head coach for the Fayetteville Bulldogs is Kyle Adams.
And it looks like Stanley already had the edge up, that height already coming into a big factor.
Yeah, Morgan passing it.
And a nice launch, but misses it, rebounded by Stanley. Stanley getting away from Morgan over the head, and once again, already a big start for Heritage.
Yeah, you already see the impact of Seth Stanley on the boards, and you see looked like I nearly found Cooper, but it wasn't someone on Heritage.
I mean, lucky break for Fayetteville off the bat. I mean, that looks like it was going to be a tough scramble, able to get it out.
Yeah, you see Conley setting up the play here with Cooper.
Bowers, I mean, their passing game has gotten very efficient through the games. And just like that, Shock going for a 2-point basket, misses it, almost rebounded, but it's going to be Fayetteville's ball as Breedlove taps it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like
tonight is going to be definitely a big test for Fayetteville. I mean, after winning against Bentonville, having a huge win over them, 15 points, I mean, this is something that they're going to have to prove that they are number one for a reason.
Yeah, and in a competitive 7A West conference like this, I think the biggest key for Fayetteville tonight is to show that a player like Seth Stanley won't affect the game plan at all, and they can win against, a player of that caliber. So we'll see how the Bulldogs react tonight.
And this is going to be a really big test before they start the state championships procedures.
Yeah, already seeing.
And a loss on the ball, stumbled by Breedlaw. Morgan comes up to the basket, misses it, almost rebounded by Cooper. Looks like it was a little bit of a struggle between Kimball and Cooper. And that's going to be the first charge of the night going to Darius Bowers.
It appears Son Stanley will inbound the ball. Already a defensive back and forth type game.
And already you could see the quickness from number 11, Ty Olson. I mean, very fast coming up midcourt. I mean, that's the one thing too, is you have Stanley's height, and then you have, fast and really quick guys like Olson, who may not have the height, but can get down the court. And Quinn Shock, I mean, early 2 points for Shock.
Yeah, I think Coach Olson has a really great team around him, especially with his son playing as well. That's always a treat. But he's built a really great team this year that should be able to compete really well in the upcoming 7A tournament.
And I mean, a little bit of tough love too from his dad.
Oh, of course. See Conley taking
and
it before.
Conley was the lead scorer the past game for Fayetteville. It actually passed 2 games for Fayetteville, and good to see him getting in scoring position. And Bowers getting another 2. Fayetteville up by an early lead. I mean, what is going to set Fayetteville apart really from Heritage? Because they have a lot coming for them. I mean, Heritage right now in the 4th spot in the conference.
Yeah, I think the biggest key for Heritage, well, not for Heritage, for Fayetteville, they've proven that they're a great defensive team, but proved that they're a great rebounding team because they're not the tallest players on the floor, but they sure are great at always getting to the ball whenever it counts. So that'll be a big test for them.
And I mean, already off the bat, you could see Stanley kind of stumbling back and still getting the 2-point basket.
Yeah, we see a early foul looks like on number 11, Frank Morgan.
That's going to be team foul number 2 for the Bulldogs.
As we see Coach Stamps got his chance to coach a game against Bentonville West last Wednesday. First game of the season, Coach Adams was out sick, so all around great staff here in the Purple Rain.
And once again, I mean, Fayetteville playing great man-to-man early on. That was a big air ball there by Breedlove. You know, not getting off to a quick start. I mean, Bulldogs and War Eagles still tied, but, you know, so far defensively, both teams are playing pretty great.
Yeah, with 4:50 on the clock, it's appear that both teams really are very closely matched, and that's the way it is for the entire conference this year. That's something that every coach you talk to mentions, that is that there's not one distinct team that's going to make a run and win it in the 7A West side.
And Cooper just had an attempt with the 3, missed it, rebounded by Olsen.
As you see Coach Olsen giving his team the motto of what to do.
I mean, telling them to get quick. I mean, they did have an opportunity to get some scoring. I mean, that 3-point basket, I mean, something that, you know, Stanley normally makes. I mean, you could just see Breedlove trying to get that basket, just bad attempt. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Fayetteville's ball again.
As the War Eagles come back, they're still tied 4-4 here with 4:24 left in it, with Cooper inbounding the ball. It's interesting to see how Heritage will play this defensively too. It looks like a
Fayetteville needing to get some leverage against him, and a nice rebound by Stanley, and a good launch pass past the middle. And a 3-point basket by number 22, Dawson Peak. And Quinn Schock trying to answer with another 2. But that was a great play style from Heritage.
Great off the bounce pass and just immediate 3. And I love you, Dawson! 7-4. As you see on the replay right there, great replay by our wonderful student-led broadcast team here at Fayetteville. Always great to see them.
And a first-point attempt to Schock. And Schock, 3 points on the night. I mean, last few games he hadn't scored, but last game with only 2 points. Let's see if Schock can make it 4. Doesn't make it 4, but looks like they're going to have a new player in, number 25, Logan Kleins, for Heritage. And once again, they're passing, and just the control they have on the ball for Heritage, excellent. And the coverage they were able to make in that pass. And a good 2-point basket by Stanley. Cooper now trying to find the edge, and you know, Colin Cooper, we have not seen him as efficient as we have in the first half. I mean, but when he gets on fire, he gets on fire. Last week, I mean, it took him until the second half, but had 2 threes back-to-back and a 2-pointer as well.
Yeah, the one thing about Cooper that we've started to notice is when he gets hot, he's fiery hot, but when he gets cold, it's like an ice pack. Sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold, sometimes he's hot. It's back and forth. So
Cooper with a nice save on the back. He's going to take it up, trying for a 3, and misses it. Almost rebounded by Morgan with a stretch. Olsen recovers for Heritage. And a shaky pass to Stanley, and Stanley almost getting the 2, rebounds it, loses the ball. Morgan now coming down pretty fast. He's going to pass it up for the 2, rebounded by Conley. Not able to get the 2, and that was a big fight for the ball.
See, that's a big play there for Fayetteville, and the fact that Conley, probably one of the shortest players on the floor, just got that rebound with Stanley in the vicinity. So that's.
And along the way, too, that was going to be the first personal foul for John Conley.
Yeah, and early on you're seeing some frustration from Stanley just due to the fact he's getting kind of beaten up down there, down low in the paint. So, and you can see frustration from Coach Olsen, too. As you see a great steal here, but foul by number 14, Breedlove.
I mean, the defense right now for Fayetteville, quickness is key. And I mean,
it's been stellar.
Looking too, I mean, you have Mr. Defense out there, Quinn Schock. I mean, you know that he's going to be the best defensive player for Fayetteville. I mean, the reason why he doesn't score as many points is because he's blocking your best defender out there. He's blocked Stanley. He blocked Asa Hutchinson against Bentonville. He finds those key players with his opponents, and he makes sure that they don't score at all.
Yeah, we see Bowers get the and one there. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite lineups for Fayetteville. You got Mr. Reliable that I like to call him, Mr. Conley over there on the floor. But this lineup is probably one of Fayetteville's best, in my own opinion. Just in terms of all skilled players around. But this will be, if Stanley comes off the floor, I was just about to talk about him. Biggest key is to really test them against it, because there's a lot of really solid star players in this conference, as I keep hinting on.
And Darius Bowers is one of them. We've talked a lot about how he's such a versatile athlete. Star quarterback on the varsity team, and now star on the varsity basketball team. I mean, this kid is going to get endless offers. I mean, already has, but guaranteed he's going to bound to get more by next year as a senior. And the student section for Fayetteville erupts as the Bulldogs take the lead.
That was wonderful. Heritage trying to go fast-paced here.
And basket by Quinn Schock. Quinn Schock with 5 points on the night, and though stolen away by Olson. Coach Olson wants more of a spread from his team.
Yeah, you can see a slight bit of frustration from Coach Olson as we see Kleins trying to find someone to get the ball
and it
to.
looks like Fayetteville and Heritage is going to bring a little bit of hype back into this game as Relaford, Johnson are waiting inside for Fayetteville, and missed attempt, but rebounded again by Conley, gets the basket. Stanley looks like he's going to come in as well, and Bulldogs up by 4 already as the first quarter comes close to an end, and we'll be with you short after this break. Looks like we're back, and no surprise, Fayetteville's the first team back on the court. And just really need to get this momentum going. I mean, you know, they had this start last week, and let's see if they can continue that lead.
Yeah, we see the defensive man right there, Frank Morgan. Let's see if he continues to make statements as Stanley inbounds the ball.
And Stanley taking it up pretty fast. He's going to take it up himself, and that's going to be a charge foul to Amari Relaford, his first of the night. The team fourth personal foul.
What's incredible to me about Seth Stanley is the fact that he's not just a player that can be the big man down low. He's also the one that dribbles it up the court and the one that can make the free throws. I mean, the man drops around 20 points a game. I mean, these past 3 games alone, 22, 18, and 21.
And I mean, but he misses the second one. And really, in a state tournament game, it's really going to come down to the 3-point shots. And who's the most efficient in Fayetteville is kind of shaky when it comes down to that, except for Mr. John Conley. As last game, he called him Mr. Reliable, and he is when it comes down to 3-point shots.
Yeah, 15 and 17 points this past 3.
Morgan tries to attempt for a 3, rebounded by Relaford. Gets it out to Cooper. Cooper for the 3. Again, misses it, rebounded once more by Fayetteville. RJ Johnson, he's going to take it up. Gets in the 2-point basket with 43 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Beautiful shot by RJ Johnson there. He saw a little bounce step, jump shot. We see Heritage trying to get the ball up the court here. Morgan,
and
steal.
Nice steal by Morgan as he goes up for the 2. Misses it, rebounded by Cooper, and just needing to get it into the basket.
He missed the bunny, but he's going to make it up by going to the line here. It's great to see. We're just going to keep talking about it the whole game. It's all right. We love defense, but it's great to see the intensity for Fayetteville no matter what. You see 26 seconds left on the first quarter.
And I mean, hate to say it, I mean, good save attempts for Fayetteville, but they are going to need to get that in the basket, especially against a team like Heritage. It's still up by 5 with about 20 seconds and counting left to go in the first quarter.
As we see Heritage try to.
Looking like they're trying to do more of a spread, but just have not been able to get it close to the basket, but right there, Peak, Dawson Peak getting the ledge up for Fayetteville, as well as a personal foul to Sully Whitty. That's going to be Fayetteville's 6th personal foul. Peak is going to go up to the line. Gets it in, no problem.
Now let's see what Cooper can do here.
And Cooper, I mean, he's attempted 3. Let's see if he can get it this one, but I mean, had the height, but looks like the score in the first period is going to be 15-13. Fayetteville still on top by 2, and still a lot of game left to play, but something's going to have to change. I mean, Fayetteville, they're having the edge up on Heritage, but they just still don't have that accuracy. I mean, you could see rebound after rebound, just not able to get it into the basket.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Cooper will be a very big impact for Fayetteville in the second half, in the second quarter. As you've seen, he's dropped 23, 18, 25, and 28 the past 4 games. So we'll see if we can be electric and make a run here in order to let the purple rain on the Eagles coming into the half.
And I mean, they're going to really have to change that. And, you know, as we're looking at both sidelines, I mean, Stanley did an excellent job going really fast up court and getting that 2-point shot. And, you know, but one person doesn't make a team. But Peak doing a really good job, especially on that spread, getting in close to the basket.
Yeah, unless you're LeBron James, I guess, then you kind of get that right.
I mean, even LeBron James needs a team around him.
True, I guess. I'll give you that. Coach Olson.
Nice launch off the bat from Peak to Stanley. Stanley's going to attempt a 3 and effortless shot. I mean,
the big man making it work.
And the War Eagles take the lead by a point.
Yeah, as you see Cooper, Conley. Fayetteville needs to get a little offense fluidity, I would suppose. I think that's the proper word for it. They seem a little, it's either fast run, steals, deep, points off turnovers. That's what I would say for Fayetteville.
And, I mean, just nice floating from the ball. I mean, excellent passes from the War Eagles. And almost a stumble there by Morgan. John Conley, the ball inches its way in.
Mr. Reliable.
Fayetteville now backed up by a point. And this is really going to be a game of back and forth, really not knowing where it's going to go. I mean, and we saw this last game too.
Yes, we did. And as you see with Heritage, a little bit of not being able to move very much. Great defense by the Bulldogs here as Stanley's out on the outside wing. It's kind of incredible to me that the fact that the biggest man on the court's out there wanting to shoot a 3.
Looks like Hint Gibbs is going to be waiting on the sideline for Fayetteville.
Great
And Heritage getting back up the lead.
Dawson Peak with that pass down low. Number 14, Bryce Breedlove.
And Kimball getting that 2-point basket.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 33, Jason
Conley.
Kimball.
Nice fake. Good to RJ Johnson. Morgan over the head to Johnson. Johnson trying to get the 2 and gets it.
One thing they hit on RJ Johnson, his shot, if you haven't noticed, it's a pretty good shot.
I mean, and knowing RJ, I mean, he does club basketball outside of this. I mean, he practices nonstop.
Yeah, we see a big block by the big man, number 44, Isaiah Relaford, or Tamari Relaford. I thought it was Relaford.
And Quinn Shaw coming back into this game.
Crazy to me is Relaford's a freshman. That's crazy to think about.
And especially he has a younger brother coming up next year.
It's crazy to think about.
Menless talent for this team. Good rebound by Peak. Peak, he's going to take it up pretty fast. Stanley now looking like he was going to go for the attempt. Olsen with the 3. Rebounded by Schock. And Schock very impressive tonight. Has 5 points in the first half. Johnson able to pass Peak, and Johnson missing the 2. Not enough air into the ball.
Yeah, that's the thing with Fayetteville. They're playing more off of running down the court and going for a shot. Not very much passing involved, but that, that might just be Fayetteville's thing for this game. But
And just nice passing once again. And Stanley more impressive as he fell down.
Just Stanley. I'll take an autograph.
Already with 7 points.
You see Fayetteville trying to get some movement on the offensive side of the ball. Make sure they're.
And Johnson, good control on the ball as Olsen tried to get a tip in there. And a big block, but recovered by Cooper. Cooper now, once again, I mean, just how they've been able to control the ball with the War Eagle defenders.
Yeah, you see Coach Adams trying to put in number 24 there.
Nice over-the-head pass to Gibbs. Gibbs just not enough height again to the basket.
Yeah, see, that's one of Coach Adams' keys right there. He tried to bring Gibbs in to make that mismatch in order to make Stanley have to cover him, but you see Heritage being great on the off defensive side of the ball. Now it's Fayetteville's turn.
And just once again, I mean, their passes between the War Eagles just effortless. A bounce off there by Stanley. Didn't work this time around.
You can see Conley bringing up the
Conley
court.
passes Peak, and looks like that's going to be traveling on John Conley. Darius Bowers is going to come back in for R.J. Johnson.
Fayetteville will be all right. Conley just didn't get the Euro step down there. It's all right.
I mean, again, expect the score to be like this all night until the very end.
Yeah, this is a great matchup on paper. So it'll be a battle to the very end. See 4 minutes ticking down in the second quarter. Conley.
Stanley now with the ball once again, and just scrambling out to find a defender. Climbs.
Conley guarding
And a
Coach Olsen's
big
son.
tip by Morgan as Olsen did not look attentive to the ball. Big mistake for the War Eagles.
Yeah, but got the foul called on Conley for extending his arm there and pushing Coach Olsen. Coach Olsen's son Ty. Might have been a little bit of a dance act, because I don't think Conley has the strength to just push him across the court like that, but call is called. As we see Cooper coming up the court here for the Bulldogs.
Cooper. Once again, let's see if Cooper can get his rhythm. Has not had any points tonight so far. And this has been his second time that he has gone without points. And Morgan with a high jump, shot for an attempt for a 3. Misses it. Fayetteville almost with the rebound, but Stanley.
See, the biggest thing on Coach Olsen's side of things for Heritage is maintaining Stanley's playing time. No player in the high school level.
And Cooper. Under. Let's see if Olsen can put a handle on the ball this time.
As we see some great man-to-man defense here by the Bulldogs as Cooper's up against Ty Olsen.
Stanley Stanley tonight has proven that he can pretty much put the ball in the basket in any situation, even falling down. Yeah. Cooper, too fast with the ball, gets it stolen by Kimball. Peak gets the basket, overheads. Gibbs.
Yeah, this is where Fayetteville needs to slow down a little bit. They need to get that consistency on the offensive side of the ball, make a play happen. Just set a play up, run it, get some points on the board, feel good about yourself, and then go back. As we see 24.
And a good rebound by Shock to Cooper, and you can see Coach Adams kind of looking at Cooper saying, wait, relax a little bit. I mean, War Eagles, even though with a 3-point lead, still they need to take their time in the last 2 minutes of the second period.
Yeah, and that's something that Coach Adams mentioned to us at the Purple Dog Showcase last time as we see Bowers go up for the shot, misses it there, rebound by Heritage. But what he mentioned to us was the fact that Cooper and Morgan, they always feel like they're hot, so sometimes he has to really calm them down. By the way, next Wednesday, Purple Dog Showcase, be there. JJ's on Dixon.
Looks like they're switching one of their guys back in, Amari Relaford. And I cannot wait to see Amari Relaford and his younger brother playing with each other next year. His younger brother is said to be about 6 foot. and still growing. I mean, think about it. These two will only be freshmen and sophomore in high school.
Yeah, this is the first free throw knocked down by Jason Kimball. Yeah, the Relafers have a lot of hype here in Purpletown, so it'll be interesting to see how that moves for Coach Adams. He's got a good team coming up for him. Ramey and Woodland both played really great this past season, so.
Again, this is where Fayetteville needs to take their time and gets it stolen away by Peak.
As you see a 6-0 run for the War Eagles here.
Fayetteville needs to get the ledge on Heritage. Morgan's coming down pretty fast and overhead to Bowers. Bowers gets it off quickly to Schock. Schock's gonna take it over the head of Stanley and it rolls off the rim, but Amari Relaford rebounds for the 2-point basket.
That's what you like to see coming into the end of this half here is Relaford's impacting the game. Let's see if he can make one more shot in order to get this game within one.
I mean, with 3 points ahead for the War Eagles, I mean, Fayetteville, 58 seconds left to go, pretty much enough time to get this game tied back up.
Yeah, Barrett's got that full defense going on.
But nice passing. Just again, Olsen, wanting more of a spread and just, I mean, Schock and Bowers getting the ball away from Peak, stolen. And misses. And Bowers getting in the points. Fayetteville down by 1 with 30 seconds left and counting. Olsen.
That's great for Fayetteville. Just keep you see the replay there. Bowers with a great run to the ball to the basket. Now they need to close the half out, possibly get the lead, or just play good enough defense in order to end the half down by 1.
And Stanley over the head, blocked by Relaford. The freshman taking down the senior. And a last attempt by Darius Bowers, but couldn't quite get it. And looks like that is going to be the end of our first half. War Eagles up by 1 against Fayetteville, and with a game pretty much going back and forth. We would not like to see anything less in the second half, and we'll be with you after the break, back at the 2-minute marker.
So tired of this tiny car. Got an SUV.
Hey, Dad, have you heard of craneteam.com?
Craneteam.com, huh? Yeah, they've got like all the cars.
Got my truck from there. They got everything.
Craneteam.com does?
And all of the pre-owns passed a 107-point inspection.
Wait, I can even calculate my payments?
I can do all this from right here?
Craneteam.com. It's not rocket science, Dad.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Did you do this?
Yes.
We got you.
Yeah.
We scared you.
That wasn't funny.
Home. It's more than a place. It's a state of mind. It's a feeling of comfort, security, family. It's a word that can take you back to your childhood bedroom, your backyard playground. If you are fortunate enough to own a new home for less than you can rent, in a great neighborhood, with warranty for your peace of mind, you are coming home to Roush Coleman.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozark.
The Odom Law Firm is proud to continue its support of Fayetteville High School because this community is important to us. Our ties to Fayetteville run deep. For 45 years, we provided high-end legal services to the people of Fayetteville. But more than that, like many of you, our children have graduated from Fayetteville High School are enrolled there now or will be soon enough. Just another reason why Fayetteville's law firm will always be the Odom Law Firm. Come visit us at our new Uptown location for all your legal needs, and go Purple Dogs.
But they'll really need to make that up. In fact, the fact that the man himself, Mr. Colin Cooper, only brought in 2 points in the past 2 games. He's dropped 25, 18, and 23. There's a lot of ground to make up this second half.
And what it really looks like is, I mean, you have Stanley basically scoring for the War Eagles, and then you have the other players, I mean, for quickness and for blocking. I mean, especially tonight, I mean, we saw Peak with 8 points right behind Stanley, an amazing score for the War Eagles as well.
As you see, as the second half's opened up with Conley guarding Olson.
Olson looking for a man open. Again, Bulldogs pushing War Eagles back in midcourt.
Yeah, one thing we always say is Fayetteville plays good on defense. It's just that offensive rhythm. So we see
And
Bowers.
Peak getting in the 2-point basket, make that 10 on the night for Peak.
Morgan takes it.
Excuse me, Jake Kimball.
Cooper goes for the open 3 there, doesn't make it. Now Olsen gets his chance to come up the court, make it a 5-point game.
And Stanley, I mean, just overall great presence with the ball for War Eagles.
Especially for a big man. See him out in the wing, then he runs down the court.
And here comes Peak. Once again, just a nice spread from the War Eagles.
Great ball movement by the War Eagles here, but also great man-to-man defense by the Bulldogs. This is something that, you know, Heritage scores, but the Bulldogs are going to make you fight for it. And so that's great to see from them.
And once again, just trying to find a man open.
You know, one thing to look at, too, is you always notice with Bowers, he's always got his eyes looking for the ball. I don't know if that's a little bit of quarterback instinct when a defensive end's running at you, but that's one thing that Fayetteville is happy about right now as he's on the court.
I mean, especially we know that Darius Bowers could play both positions.
Yeah, as that timeout's called by Coach Olson there. A little trip up.
I mean, already the War Eagles with a 3-point lead coming off the bat. I'm getting that extra 2. And, you know, the Bulldogs trailing by 3 with about 6:24 left to go in the third period. And we will be with you after this short break.
Looks like we're back here with the student section jamming out some great music selections by the band. The purple, what do you call it? The Bulldog Band? Is that what y'all call it?
I don't know, but Fayetteville is definitely iconic with their drum line. I mean, there's a sophomore drum line named Robert Benefield, and he's one of the best, and there's a human interest package made about him. But overall, I mean, the whole marching band's such a great asset to the school.
We see the Eagles coming out of the timeout here. Trying to get some ball movement there. We see a foul down low on Cooper, it looks like. Calling a hold.
That's going to be the second personal foul to Colin Cooper.
Good thing, too, for Bulldogs is that there's not many fouls tallied up as we see a great block there by Morgan. But the big man gets it back outside is Stanley.
And nice block by Bowers from Peak.
Bowers gets that swat.
Morgan
go up.
Morgan looking like he had the launch to make a dunk.
Man was soaring in the sky.
You know, for his height only being 5'10", I mean, just the height he gets, especially when blocking.
Now it's the War Eagles' turn. Offensive movement, trying to make a play happen here with Stanley on the outside. Great offensive movement by the War Eagles, but also stellar defense by the Bulldogs. We've noticed a lot less scoring, a lot less movement. Something Coach Adams probably harped on in the locker room.
Attempt for a three, rebounded by Bowers. Long stretch at the end of the court. Morgan, but rebounded by Kimball.
You need just a little more pixie dust to make that work. As the Warrior play call has been made, Stanley goes for the three.
And gets the three as he falls down. Seth Stanley with 12 points on the night.
That was the Warrior play call right there. Now the Purple Dogs get Bowers down low.
With 2 points. Looks like that's going to be the first personal foul to Jason Kimball, and we're going to have a new player come in for the War Eagles, Ethan Carpenter. He's going to take out Bryce Breedlove.
One thing I haven't seen, I know Stanley made the three on the other side of the court, but I'm not seeing Stanley move to the inside or down low as much as you'd like. I mean, a man of that height, you would have to assume he would love to play down low in order to make the easy basket. So see him inbound here. Let's see what he does on this next possession. Conley's guarding Olsen.
He's doing a pretty good job trying to find an open man. He does. But once again, I mean, the ball efficiency, I mean, the way they're able to move the ball. Stanley misses it, rebounded by Bowers. And it's really been a back and forth with Bowers and Stanley getting the scoring points for both teams.
There we go. Cooper gets that off the pass, shot three.
And Colin Cooper with a 3-point basket. Cooper warming up in the second half.
Purple Dogs on top.
With about 4 points left to go. Peak trying to surpass Cooper. Gets it quick out to Olsen. Olsen's gonna settle down just a little bit. Try to go fast up the court. Nice. Tried to get the pass to Stanley and overthrows him.
4-0 run by the Purple Dogs. They're on top, baby. Colin Cooper replay. We're gonna have to ride on with the Purple Dogs today.
Bulldogs up by 2, and with a 31-29 score right now for the team with 3:53 left to go in the third period. We're gonna take a short break and be back with you.
Savings this big come with their own theme music. State Farm agent Larry Biddle in Fayetteville, Arkansas can help you get all the discounts you deserve with a free discount double check. After all, real savings should fold, not jingle. Get to a better state. Call Larry Biddle today.
And thank you to Larry Biddle from State Farm for being a proud sponsor of the Bulldog broadcast. Student-led, might I add, minus myself talking right now, but student-led by a great team, led by Brian Allen. It's always impressive what y'all are able to accomplish here. You see Cooper bringing it up the court with 3:50 left in the game. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do to continue this run and possibly extend their lead, Sydney.
Exactly, and I mean, Colin Cooper's 3 came at about the right time. Morgan searching for a man. Coming up, John Conley blocked layup by Stanley.
Yeah, he didn't check for the Stanley radar, but that's all right. Conley's Mr. Reliable. He'll make it shake and bake and make it work later.
Looks like 2 new players are going to come in for the War Eagles. Kleins and Bryce Breedlove are going to come into the game for Jason Kimball and Ethan Carpenter.
Cooper gets the inbounds here, trying to find someone open, but Heritage playing some solid man-to-man shot, going straight up against Stanley. Gets denied as
Olsen with a big launch to Peak. Peak hits the tip of the basket.
Rubbed off on him now, 22. Dawson Peak gets 2 points, 2 free throws. Something Heritage coming out of the half was doing pretty well at. one-point ball game. I'd really like to see Cooper getting the ball here to see what he can do to make a run, make another three. Once he's hot, like we were saying, once he's hot, he's hot. So
Olsen wanting more of his team to kind of inch in on Cooper. I mean, after letting loose with that three.
Yeah.
With about 3:11 left to go, Bulldogs still with a 1-point lead, and man, this game has gone back and forth so many times.
Yeah, Morgan lost the ball out of bounds to Breedlove. Now he gets the ball back up top to Bowers.
Nice pass to Conley. Let's see what Conley can kind of maneuver from this. He gives it to Bowers. Nice pass from the right, and Morgan with the three-point attempt almost in.
See, what's crazy to me is the fact, you know, if you're Stanley, you really got to be aggressive down low if you want to get that rebound, because you know they're gonna keep an account. You know, you're a big man. You need to be able to get that ball. You see him take it all the way up the court and get that foul called on Shock, it looks like. Oh, actually, Bowers, second foul on Bowers. It says Stanley out in the wing, goes for the three, contested.
And gets the three.
I don't think I've ever seen a big man really just want to take a three. He doesn't want to play down low. He wants to shoot threes, Sydney. That's crazy. I guess you're never not having a contested shot. Cooper.
Missed attempt, and Cooper just not on track.
A little excitement there by the War Eagles.
And a scramble on the ground between Shock and Stanley.
Stanley gets roughed up a little bit by Shock's legs, but seems to be okay.
Looks like that's going to be a foul on Shock. It's going to be a holding call. Once again, Stanley just cannot get around Shock. It's once again why he is so great on this team.
And we see her trying to make some movement. Yeah, Shock's always the one that plays against the best defender. It's one thing we always talk about. Stanley trying to find a man open, moves the ball. And
just like there, I mean, Shock is your guy that you have to put against your opponent's best player, and that is Stanley on this. And again, tipped by Stanley to go out of bounds. That's going to be what it was going to be Fayetteville's ball. They're going to leave it with Rogers Heritage.
They're saying Conley got a little bit of a tip on it, but he's saying no way, Jose. We got a replay of that.
Got a big replay on that, and Coach Adams is calling for that one. As you could clearly see, I think from where you and I were sitting, it was a big touch on the ball by Heritage, and looks like they're going to overrule the call and going to give it to Heritage. And even with the ball going out of bounds, it's still going to go to Heritage.
Yeah, it's a ticky-tack foul there by Morgan, it looks like. Already knocked out of bounds. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was a ticky-tack. Third for Morgan. Might have to sit him a little bit of time. Stanley brings up the court.
Stanley for another three-point attempt, and big air ball this time. Olsen coming around with a three-point attempt, and he gets it.
It was once a 4-0 run for the Purple Dogs, is now a 6-0 run for the War Eagles. So it's a battle of runs, see what they can do here.
5 points ahead, and we're almost getting to the 1-minute marker in the third period, and a three-point basket by Colin Cooper. Colin Cooper coming back with the three-point attempts. He has 2 so far in the third quarter.
Cooper won't let the Bulldogs go away as we see a quick drive here.
And a big block by Darius Bowers.
Foul called on Rutherford, it looks like. Oh, no, they're just going to call it straight. It's all ball. It's all ball. That's what I saw. The ref, I thought he didn't see what I saw. Stanley inbounds the ball. Let's see Breedlove get an inside shot there. That's a chance for Cooper to make another statement three here. Get down by 1 again, coming into the fourth. A little bit of a stagnant movement here by the Purple Dogs. You see Relaford. I think the players heard Relaford's gonna get piggyback rides, but that was incorrect. So now he gets 2 free throw attempts. Foul call on number 25, Logan Fines.
Mari Relaford just a bit short on that first attempt, and War Eagles up by 4.
Big man, you gotta make these free throws.
Second attempt and almost goes in, just circled the rim.
It's like a Beyblade there, just spin around.
And John Conley waiting on the side.
Heritage will probably play for the last shot here, but what do I know as
And again, just looking for someone open. Gonna take it up himself. Breedlove misses the defense of Amari Relaford. And loses the ball. And it looks like the War Eagles now with their largest lead of the game by 6 coming into the 4th quarter. I mean, what do you think is gonna have to change?
the Bulldogs are gonna have to tame those wings from the War Eagles. I mean, you see them playing all cylinders. Coach Olson, y'all can't see it, but Coach Olson on the other huddle, he's smiling ear to ear. Coach Adams needs to make something happen, and it's a chess game for the Bulldogs. The big man for Stanley, he wants to play outside. The War Eagles want to play ISO. They want to get inside, one man to beat. See Relaford, he can't risk it. He can't get those fouls. So you're going to see Coach Adams try to draw something up to where they can consistently keep 2 or 3 men down low, stop a shot.
And I mean, with about 8 minutes left to go in this 4th period, we'll be with you after this short break to see if the Bulldogs can pull ahead.
So tired of this tiny car. Gotta an SUV.
Dad, have you heard of craneteam.com?
Craneteam.com, huh? Yeah, they've got like all the cars.
Got my truck from there. They got everything.
Craneteam.com does?
And all of the pre-owns passed a 107-point inspection.
Wait, I can even calculate my payments?
I can do all this from right here?
Craneteam.com. It's not rocket science, Dad.
Holding call, his first personal foul. Gary is missing his first attempt. Able to get Fayetteville down to a 5. Bowers with his second attempt. And gets it in, second basket, no problem. Decreasing the War Eagles' lead to 5.
Coach Olson and Ty Olson bringing up the court. I keep saying Coach Olson, but all 3 of his sons have played for him under his coaching tenure at Heritage or wherever he's been.
I mean, and you know, his son may not have the size, but he is quick on his feet and he's able to shoot. Very proficient. I mean, we saw him make that 3. Excellent.
Nearly tapped in by Bowers, and we see Conley running up the court now. Quick pass to Cooper.
Nice pass off to Cooper. Cooper with a 3-point attempt, saved by Morgan, rebounded again by Bowers. And my shock, and 4 different Fayetteville players just not able to get it in the basket. I mean, and we saw from the first sheet that in the first half, Fayetteville had 10 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and this is, you can see the importance in this game for both teams as Bowers is shooting these free throws. One thing to hit, Fayetteville's 8-2 in the conference right now, and Heritage is 6-4. With a few games left remaining, there's 3 total games coming into the tournament. Every game counts. Fayetteville can end up losing this one and a couple more and fall into 3rd or 4th place. So they have to win at home in order to keep a solid placing coming into the 7-8 tournament. But the teams on the other side of the pond in the Central are no joke either. You see missed free throw by Bowers.
And a nice rebound by Breedlove. Just giving it off to Peak.
Coach Olsen looking on. We're telling his team to spread out.
You know, with a 5-point lead, I mean, still they're going to take it as fast-paced as they can. And we've seen when it comes to Olsen and Peak and Stanley up on the line, they are able to get it in no problem. Almost 80% in the first half in 3-point attempts.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the fact that they're leaving Kimball down low and Stanley outside. I mean, he can shoot the three, but you got to feel like it's such an easy.
It looks like they're going to call a foul on Quinn Schock.
Yeah, that looked like more of a hand of the face.
Second personal foul of the night.
See Conley get the ball inbound to him. See what the Warriors can set up. Conley.
And Olsen doing a great job tonight getting past strong defenders from Fayetteville, just like Conley.
Yeah, let's see if the Purple Dogs, Conley leading the charge here with defensive prowess to make a turnover happen. As it looks like a, let's see what the foul call is here.
It looks like that's going to be John Conley's 4th personal foul tonight. I mean, 6 minutes left, one more, and RJ Johnson comes back into this game for Frank Morgan. It's been a while since we've seen him. And, you know, with all of his attempts tonight, with 3 attempts from RJ Johnson, he's gotten 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that he's not played as much as he would like, but, you know. We'll see Peak here try to knock down these free throws 1-for-1. As Heritage has now entered the bonus. Cooper sets out the offense. Let's see what the Purple Dogs can do to get this down to 2 or maybe 3. Almost loses it there. You can tell Cooper's feeling it. He wants the shot. The Heritage will not let him take it. And a foul down low. Shot to the line for 2.
His 3rd at the line. Win shot for 2.
Schock with his first attempt. Schock missing it. Schock once again still 5 points on the night. Let's see if he can make it 6. And he does. Once again, almost a big block by Bowers. Breedlove trying to escape Schock. Schock steals it off the bat to RJ Johnson. Johnson's gonna take it up fast. Nice pass out to Conley and 2-point basket. Fayetteville coming up.
Great body bump there by Conley. Saw the foul. Bowers trying to get a little receiver.
And it's gonna be Fayetteville's ball. Fayetteville taking advantage of every moment. Only down by 2 now.
There's those fingertips. Those fingertips, that was the distance right there from him being a receiver instead of a quarterback. It's all right. Let's see what the Purple Dogs can do to get the lead back.
Conley now just taking his time. Again, they just need to keep scoring. 2 points down, nice block off Olsen. Bowers trying to get it over to Conley, bounced off the foot of Peak. And ball's gonna be given back to Colin Cooper. Less than 5 minutes to go in this ball game.
Yeah, there we see Conley. They kind of facilitated the entire offense, setting it up, passing it back to Cooper. You can tell he wants to shoot a 3 so bad, but Bowers getting that hook shot, misses it.
Darius almost getting it, and Quinn Schock with the save. And Darius Bowers finally gets the 2.
The teamwork by the Purple Dogs.
Thanks to Mr. Schock with that amazing steal on the back.
It's a tie ball game. Darius Bowers looking onward, see what he can do to make another play happen and take the Purple Dogs on top.
With a 6-point deficit, Fayetteville now tied with the War Eagles. Once again, just searching for a man open. Stanley spin to try to get away from Schock.
Yeah, this is incredible defense on the Bulldogs. I mean, man-to-man is their obvious go-to defensive style.
And it's a great job. They've been keeping Heritage on the outside of the perimeter, but I mean, we've noticed when it comes to Stanley and Peak and Olsen, I mean, it doesn't matter where they are. They're going to try to launch those threes.
Yeah, most of the time they'll hit them. So for Fayetteville, you got to keep it up. I mean, it's not going to happen every time. So just keep up the defensive pressure. You see Cooper staring down number 22 there for the War Eagles, trying to make a turnover happen. Gets the ball
And
loose.
a steal by Quinn Shock. Stole it again. Colin Cooper with the two. And a big moment for the Fayetteville Bulldogs as they take their first lead in the second half.
Another turnover. RJ looking for Bowers.
RJ Johnson misses the two, but it's rebounded by Conley.
Chaos is brewing. Oh, no. Foul call there on number 22, Dawson Peaks, and the Purple Dogs roaring back to take the lead. Now let's see.
But again, Fayetteville just coming up.
The student section is here.
And Fayetteville now up by 2 with about 3:01 left to go in this final period. And we'll be with you after this short break.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Purple Dogs are in it to win it. 8-2 in the conference.
And once again, 3 minutes left to go in this fourth period. I mean, this has been a battle towards the finish, and we said that at the beginning. And, you know, let's see. I mean, Fayetteville coming back down by 6, now up by 2. I mean, anything can really happen, especially, I mean, the key thing for Heritage right now is to get those three-point shots.
48-54 was the last score at War Eagle Arena. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do to pull this one out.
Once again, they're going to take their time and score and run down the clock as much as possible.
Let's see what the Mr. Reliable Facilitator can do. As he passes it back to Cooper, gets the foul called on number 14 there, Bryce Breedlove, his 4th. This Fayetteville is now in the bonus as well. Mr. Conley on your screen. Never wants to shoot the ball. That's always interesting to me, as someone as great as him in terms of passing the ball, keeping the offensive side of the ball moving. Never wants to shoot. I really don't see him take a shot that often unless it's just a free bunny hop. So
let's see if Cooper can get his second attempt. Gets it. I mean, Cooper's one of those guys that's very accurate when he comes up to the line, and that's going to be crucial up into the state championship game.
Yeah, he may not rack up 28 points this game, but he sure did give some great points in order to keep the Bulldogs ahead in this game as it's 2 possessions now.
Fayetteville up only by 4.
Man-to-man here, Conley up on Olsen. You see Shock guarding Stanley down low. See if he tries to go for a fade 2 here. Loses the ball. Cooper
knocks down Stanley. Conley up for the 2.
John Conley. A name we all know and love. 6-point ball game.
Stanley once again. 1:50 left to go and counting. And Breedlove loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Fayetteville's ball. Big mistake.
Yeah, we see number 22, Dawson Peak, inbound the ball for the War Eagles. Seth Stanley's going to need to make something happen here as he knocks down.
Stanley with a three and misses it. Rebounded, given basically to Kimball, to Cooper. Cooper now is going to just search for a man open.
Cooper, not gonna lie.
And 1:30 left to go and counting. 6 points up, the Bulldogs.
That may or may not have looked like an audition for Dancing with the Stars. Was Olsen there? I don't know what that was, but kudos to you. You get a 10 in my book.
Olsen going for a three-point attempt, loses it, but rebounded, saved by Peak with 1:15 left to go.
The Warriors.
And he gets the three-pointer. Breedlove with a three-pointer.
The War Eagles down by 3. The purple is raining though in Fayetteville.
I mean, plenty of time left in this ball game, 1:09, and we'll be with you after this break.
State Farm agent Larry Biddle is here to help you protect all the moving parts of your life with auto, home, life, and financial services. Larry Biddle and his team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
And we are currently back, and once again, the Bulldogs up by 3. I mean, what is going to need to be the changing force from Heritage to try to take over this ball game from Fayetteville Leb?
Honestly, it's time for the star himself, Seth Stanley, to make a moment here, make himself known within the Heritage community, knock down a couple threes. But if you're the Bulldogs, keep doing what you're doing. Aggressive man defense. Don't let him get the open look. He may be taller than you, but if you jump high enough, you won't be able to make that shot. So, a few more minutes and the purple will be happy. Let's see if they can extend this on to a 6-game winning streak coming into the tournament.
And so far, Fayetteville, I mean, their only loss at home this year was to Springdale. I mean, by 8, and so far they have been on a dynamic run. And let's see if they can finish it off strong with their 3rd win here in Bulldog Arena in a row.
As we see a foul on Olsen there.
Looks like there's going to be a foul charged to Ty Olsen, his 4th on the night, and Quinn Schock is going to come back into this game for Frank Morgan. 54 seconds left. Still, Cooper is your man when it comes to three-point shots. Him and John Conley are absolutely proficient.
You see, this is a must-win. We really didn't talk about it a lot this game, but this is a must-win.
But a miss there and a costly mistake for Fayetteville.
Yeah, this
50 seconds and counting.
Yeah,
Stanley's going to try to take it up himself. He does not get it in the basket, but rebounded by Kimball. Olsen, here's where Fayetteville needs to be great on defense, and misses the 3. Peak and rebounded by Conley.
Yeah, 29.9, basically 30.
Looks like that's going to be a holding call on number 11, Olsen. So John Conley's going to get to go up to the line.
As you see Coach Olsen talking to his son there about a holding call a couple plays ago. But the reason why this is a must-win for Fayetteville is the fact they're going to play Harbor again at Harbor. They're going to play Springdale at Springdale. Then they're going to host Van Buren for the last game of the season.
And here comes your man, Mr. Reliable. And he does not get the three-point attempt. This is a chance for the Eagles to get a three-point shot and tie up this game.
Yeah, I don't want to have to retract that name, but come on, man.
Olsen with a three-point attempt, a big miss, and Fayetteville with 15 seconds left to go, and RJ Johnson's going to come back into this game as well, and Bowers with the ball. The time is with Fayetteville in this moment.
see Stanley try to pick up another foul. It's fourth now. Coach Olson pleading with the refs that Fayetteville touched the ball, but it hit the top of the backboard.
And another foul. It's going to be the second personal foul to Seth Stanley, and costly, possibly for the Eagles, as Cooper goes up to the line for the second time.
If he makes these, I'm changing his name to Mr. Reliable.
And he misses the basket, but almost.
Second free throw attempt here. Now the double bonus for Fayetteville. So Cooper gets his second shot no matter what.
And Quinn Schock is going to come back into this game for Fayetteville. And once again, 14 seconds left. Anything can happen, especially from the three-point shot.
I feel bad now. Since I've named him Mr. Reliable, I keep jinxing it. I mean, it's not even that, but I promise Cooper I'd give him the name.
Now Fayetteville up by 4. That could be the game winner right there from Mr. Cooper. And once again, Fayetteville up by 4, and we will be with you after this short break.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
14.4, Sydney.
Exactly, with Fayetteville up by 4, and it's possible that Mr. Cooper has potentially won Fayetteville this game, but still, I mean, deadly shots when it comes to the War Eagles three-point shots.
And we see Stanley inbound the ball here.
Stanley possibly going to try to take it up himself. He does not have time. The Eagles with 10 seconds left, searching. Stanley with the 3 and gets it! Stanley with a big 3.
Excuse me.
And that's going to be another timeout. War Eagles only down by 1, and we will be with you after this small short break. I mean, in this last half, 1 point down, Seth Stanley, and this is what we talked about, those deadly three-point range shots, and Stanley gets one off the bat a few seconds after the game had just started.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's look at it on Fayetteville's side of it. If you're Fayetteville, inbound the ball to one of your best free throw shooters, Mr. Reliable. But any of those, pass it in, get the early foul, try to knock those 2 free throws down, make this a three-point game, make Heritage have to shoot a three-point to go to overtime. If you're Heritage, we'll pray that Fayetteville didn't think of that in the huddle. So, you know, let's see what they do.
I mean, Fayetteville's going to have to come up with something, because 6 seconds, that's enough time for Seth Stanley to get a three-point shot, as it only took him about 3 to get the last one.
Yeah, let's see what Fayetteville, as you see Conley and Cooper up front.
Darius trying to call a timeout. I don't see why he could have called a timeout. He had plenty of time.
Yeah, Coach Olson's pleading that it was past the time.
Johnson gonna go to the line.
This is honestly one of the best scenarios if you're Heritage, because of the fact that this isn't probably your best free throw shooter if you're Fayetteville. I mean, we're gonna believe in him because this is a Purple Dog stream. Belief. If you hear the Heritage student section giving everything they got.
See if RJ Johnson can get this attempt, and he does. Fayetteville still up by 2. One more, and RJ Johnson will have.
Yeah, if he makes this is a guaranteed either overtime or game over for the Purple Dogs, extending it to 6 games. We'll see what this man can do.
Let's see if RJ can get his second attempt, and he does!
Timeout. Purple is reigning 49-46. Don't turn off your phone because after this commercial timeout, we'll be back to see what Seth Stanley can do for the War Eagles.
You won't want to miss a thing. And already the War Eagles back on the court. I mean, we can already tell. I mean, last time it only took Seth Stanley about less than 3 seconds to get that three-point shot, and with 5 seconds left to go, I mean, really almost 6 seconds left to go, that's plenty of time for Mr. Stanley to get a three-point shot.
I'm going to take a wild guess at who that ball is going to. Just a hint. I'm going to say it's Stanley, but I'm not going to, put money on it, but I'm going to assume Stanley's going to get the ball here. But let's see what the War Eagles can do, what they can pull out of the hat. 5.7 left in the game here. Prevent defense by the Bulldogs. Olsen.
Fayetteville need to stall them. And Olsen, Ty Olsen, trying to control his father as he may have gotten.
See, the plea is that he's saying that Olsen went up for the three. I don't know if we have a replay. If we don't, it's okay. But at the same time, he's saying what Coach Olsen is so angry about is that's a game-ending play if you're the War Eagles. You're happy if you're Purple Dogs, Purple Rain. But he had his shot going up and should be getting 3 free throws. But the referee is saying that it was before the shot was made, so it's 2 shots guaranteed for the Bulldogs. Or for the War Eagles, sorry.
And this is a big thing here. I mean,
this is huge. Could this be the game right here? Even if he makes the 2, you lose about 9 seconds. Coach Adams going to freeze here.
I mean, that's the thing is, even with the 2-point shots, I mean, Fayetteville could still win this game pretty much by factor.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that would work, but.
And again, this is a pretty big game. I mean, he has to make these 2 points. He has to. I mean, Heritage kind of put themselves in a little bit of a pickle. And again, Coach Olsen just not done yet arguing with the ref. And luckily, his younger son was able to hold him back for almost potentially being kicked out of this game with a 1.9 seconds left to go.
But you can see the intensity by these two. I mean, if you're Fayetteville, you have to go to Harbor, to Springdale, and then host Van Buren for your final 3 games of the season. Those aren't easy wins. If you're Heritage, you play Bentonville West at home, Bentonville, and then play against Harbor. Neither team can afford to lose this game.
Peak with his first attempt. And he misses it. Relaford with the rebound, and it's clock rolls out. Fayetteville has come out victorious against the Rogers Heritage War Eagles by a beat of 3. What a game. This game went back and forth the entire time, and it came down to really who had the best 3-point shots, and that was Mr. R.J. Johnson clinching the 2 points. What a great job by Fayetteville, closing it out and proving that they're the #1 team and continuing on their 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, so the Purple will continue to reign with a 6-game winning streak now, and they snap the War Eagles' 2-game winning streak, knocking them down to 18-7 on the season, 6-5 in conference. If you're Fayetteville, you win a couple more, win a big one at Harbor this Friday, you're looking real good at that #1 seed coming in tournament play.
Exactly, and we hope to see you here for our broadcast next Friday night. And don't forget, Fayetteville has won against the War Eagles by 3. Fayetteville's still on top, and we will see you next Friday, and we hope you have a great evening. And me, your commentator, Cindy Mulvannon, here with my co-commentator, Lev, we're saying good night from Bulldog Arena.
Purple Rain.